Morning, guys. Let us discuss the next part of stereoisomerism. Last class, what we learned was about conformers. Okay, in conformers, we didn't break the bonds. If you remember, like for example, we had something like ethane here. Okay, and these were the Sawhorse projections, and we rotated this bond so that we can get different energy molecules. So this would have this part had different energy, and this way of keeping the molecule will have different energy, and we used to call them as conformers. Now today we'll learn about configurational isomers. In configurational isomers, we are breaking the bond and also we are making the bond, but on the same position with new orientation. So we are just changing the orientation here. So in conformational isomerism, we will break the bond and make the bond, but on the same position, but ensuring that we will have new orientation. This is possible in two ways. One is geometrical way, one is optical way. Geometrical isomerisms or geometrical way is when we have uh, this RRB, which means it is restricted rotational system or restricted rotational bond. If there is a restricted bond existing, then we say geometrical isomerisms are possible. And in case if there is no restriction, then we might get optical isomerisms, which have non-restrictions, or the other way of looking at it, the distance between the groups are same. We'll discuss it one by one here. First, we'll start with geometrical isomerism today. Again, let me remind you, geometrical isomerism is a part of configurational isomerism, which is a part of stereoisomerism. Okay. If you look out the sequence in stereoisomerism, if you break and make the bond on the same position but with new orientation, we would get geometrical isomerism. Okay. Now, check it out. Geometrical isomerisms which have different 3D arrangement, okay, around a restricted bond or restricted rotational system, we call them as geometrical isomerism. Okay. Geometrical isomers are also termed as diastereomers. What do you mean by diastereomers? Suppose, for example, I have some molecule like this, and let's say if you look at in the mirror, this is a mirror, let's say. If you look at in the mirror image would look like this, correct? Now, we call these two molecules are mirror images of each other. They may be identical, they may be different, but we call them as mirror images of each other. Got it? Now, suppose instead of this molecule, now if at all I get this way, then these two are definitely not the mirror images of each other. Okay. Now it is like I'm breaking this bond here and making the bond, making the bond here like this, here only, but on the same carbon with a different orientation. Then we will get this mirror, then we'll get this molecule here. So if at all I take this 1 and 2, I would say this 1 is not the mirror images of, not the mirror image of 2, and these two molecules can be termed as the diastereomers in case if this bond is restricted or this bond is restricted. What do you mean by restricted? Restricted means where you cannot rotate that bond. Okay, so imagine if I can't rotate this bond, the bond between these two carbons, and I am finding these two molecules which are not the mirror images of each other, then we use the term diastereomers. So diastereomers are those stereoisomers which are not the mirror images of each other. So all geometrical isomers are diastereomers of each other. Okay. For example, cis and trans molecule. That is a diastereomer because they are not mirror images of each other and they have a restricted bond. Let me show you as an
Uh,
example. Yes, Peter. Manish, tell me.
Sir, but if they are mirror images, then they must be identical, right? Or they are not identical.
That depends. Whether they are identical or not is what we will learn going ahead. Optical isomers.
And sir, those which are mirror images, they are also geometrical isomers.
Come again.
So mirror images wale compounds are also geometrical isomers.
No, mirror images. If two molecules are mirror images, they can never be geometrical isomers.
Okay, sir.
Next, look at it. A bond between a double bond is a restricted bond. A triple bond is a restricted bond. Okay. A cyclic bond is a restricted bond. For example, if we look at this double bond, it has two groups here, two groups here. Okay. Now, a double bond cannot be rotated. आप rotate करना चाहोगे तो bond टूट जाएगा, which means it requires high amount of energy to rotate this entire bond. Clear? It requires around 67 kilocalories per mole of bond energy. On the contrary, when we learned about conformations, we hardly require 3 kilocalories, which could be easily fetched from the atmosphere and that could turn around. So, which is not possible when you have when you have a double bond. So, we can clearly mention that C double bond C is a restricted bond. Okay, and for this to rotate by 180 degrees and change into this format, we require huge amount of energy. So, which means the only way to change from this molecule to this molecule is to break the bonds and conveniently make it this way. So, which means I break the bond here, break the bond here, and hydrogen, placed here, methyl placed here. Correct. So, we broke the bond and changed the orientation. See, we have still added or made the bond on the same position, but we just changed the orientation. Okay. And now you can see, this molecule, if we call this as molecule 1 and this as molecule 2, or if this as A and B, these two are definitely not the mirror images of each other. Okay. Hence, those two are diastereomers as well as geometrical isomers. Clear? So, cis and trans are geometrical isomers of each other. So, here this is a cis molecule, this is a trans molecule, and both of them are geometrical isomers of each other. Okay. How do we need to search about cis and trans? We'll look over as we go ahead. Check this. Next, there should not be identical grouping at any particular center. Suppose we say, well, this is restricted bond, correct? But if these two are identical, if this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen, you break and make the bond, you will not get a different molecule, correct? We will not be able to get a different molecule here. Instead, on this restricted double bond, these two molecules, if you check, they are identical now. So whether you put hydrogen here and here, it is not going to change the property. So we call these two are identical molecules and not the diastereomers or geometrical isomers. Okay. So one thing what we have learned here, there must be restricted bond. Second thing, there should not be identical grouping when you are breaking the bonds. If they are different groups, then and only then we will have, you know, geometrical isomers arising. Okay. Next, huh. When we have identical molecules, like 1 and 2 are identical molecules, correct? We say identical molecules are superimposable. Superimposable means they can blend in each other. Like I can take this molecule, I can take this like this. If at all I take this molecule and put over here, it will blend with it. Got it? Because both will look exactly same. That is called superimposition. So 1 and 2 are exactly one and the same. So we call them as superimposable or identical. Okay. Now, where do we see the restricted rotational systems? We could see that in C double bond N, C double bond C, C double bond C, N double bond N, O double bond O. These are all the cases where we can see restricted rotational systems. Suppose if you see this molecule here, C double bond C, where A and A are adjacent to each other. This is their distance. Between these two species, between these two groups, the distance between these two groups, let us say average distance is L1. Now, the minute you break this bond and again make it on both the sides, we will get this. Now, the distance between A and A is not the same. The distance between A and A has changed. So, we can say L1 is not equal to L2. This is an important way of searching whether they are geometrical isomers or not. When, if I say 1 and 2 are geometrical isomers of each other, which means the distance between the groups must be different. Okay, this is another way of looking at geometrical isomers. So if the distance between the two groups in the molecules vary, we can say they may be geometrical isomers of each other, considering there has to have a rotational restricted rotational system, right? Now, when we put geometrical isomers, we have different namings we will use. One is cis and trans, syn and anti. Okay, these are the names we usually use. For example, if you check out this molecule, C double bond N, this is a restricted bond. Let's say left side there are two different groups, right side there are two different groups. Two different groups, as in nitrogen will have one lone pair for sure, and then some other group. So these two will also become like a two different groups altogether. Now look at it, CH3, CH3 are on the same side. When two groups are on the same side with respect to a restricted bond, we call it as a cis molecule. So this is a cis molecule, correct? Which, because there are lone pairs, we usually do not use the terminology cis and trans. Instead, we'll be using it as syn and anti. Okay. So there is, when it comes to syn, how do we need to look? We need to check hydrogen and lone pair, whether they are on the same side or on the opposite side. If this hydrogen and lone pair on the same side, we will call this as syn isomer. If hydrogen and lone pair are opposite to each other, we will call it as an anti-isomer. Okay, this is how we look at in this functional group called imines. C double bond N group is called as imines. So in imines, we will get syn and anti type of isomers. Here, everybody. Okay. Next, if you look at the imines, right? We are looking at the imines here, but this time there is no hydrogen on this group. There is methyl and ethyl. Now, between these two, look out for the least bulkier groups. Between ethyl and methyl, methyl is least bulky. Between this methyl and lone pair is least bulky. So, if two least bulkies are on the same side, we call it as syn isomer. Okay. So, here, for example, this is least bulky here, this is least bulky here, and they are opposite to each other. So, we will call it as anti isomer. Same way here also, between hydrogen and lone pair is least bulky, here methyl is least bulky. So we will call it as an anti-isomer. Between phenyl and ethyl, ethyl is less bulkier, right? Not in terms of, steric hindrance. This bulkiness is coming with respect to different rules. I will go ahead and tell you how the rules to be learned. So these two are on the similar side, or we call this as the syn isomer. Okay, clear? This way, when you have different groups, accordingly you will assign syn and anti. Now, between this phenyl and ethyl, how do we decide? This is decided on something called CIP rules. which is to be given more priority or less priority, that depends on CIP rules. Now, what are those CIP rules? We'll learn it as we go ahead. So, when it comes to oximes, see, learn this, guys. If you have C double bond N, okay, and here if you have hydrogen and lone pair with any two groups here, we call this as imines. If you have C double bond N with R and lone pair with any groups here, we call it as substituted imines. Okay, substituted imines. Instead of nitrogen, instead of hydrogen or R, if you have OH, C double bond N and OH, we call them as oxime. Very, very important functional group going ahead in organic chemistry. Got it? So remember this. This is called oxime. C double bond N with OH group on it. Okay. So if you have oximes here, in oximes, we will always look at this group here, OH and H, if they are on the same side or on the opposite side. If OH and H are on the same side, we call it as the syn isomerism or syn geometrical isomers. If H and OH are on the opposite side, we call it as an anti-geometrical isomerism. Okay. So here you can see these two are opposite, so we call it as anti. Similarly, if there is no hydrogen here, we have methyl and ethyl. So we will again look at the same way. Methyl and OH are on the same side, we will got it as syn isomerism. Methyl and OH are on the opposite side, we call it as anti isomerism. Okay, this is about syn anti in oximes. Clear? Next, if you have azo group, wherever you see N double bond N in organic molecules, they are very, very highly colored molecules. We use them as dyes. Okay. And these groups where N double bond N exist with some groups present here on the left and right hand side, we call them as azo groups. AZO, azo groups. Just like oxime, these are called azo groups. In azo groups, what you will identify is that we will have both sides, there is one lone pair each and one group each. Now, if lone pairs are on the same side, we call it as syn. If they are on the opposite side, we call it as anti. Okay. So same side, syn, opposite side, anti. So you can see these lone pairs are opposite side, we call it as anti-isomer. If they are on the same side, we call it as syn isomer. So here we can easily make out that this is a syn isomer, this is an syn isomer, this is an anti-isomer. Okay. Mainly, you will see syn and anti cases only in these three. Got it? That's why I discussed this first, so that it is the smallest part of it. So, in the classification of geometrical isomers, first of a kind is syn and anti. And syn and anti are found in either imines, okay, or we will find in oximes, or you will find in azo groups. Clear? Let me repeat once again. In imines, we will look at the less bulkier group versus the lone pair. In when it comes to oximes, we will look at H and OH groups or less bulkier and OH groups, how they are aligned. In azo groups, we will simply check out the lone pairs, how they are aligned. If they are on the same side, it is syn. If they are opposite side, it is anti groups. Now come to cis and trans classification. We say something is cis and something is trans if they have same group, like left hand side there is a same group, right hand side there is a same group with respect to a restricted bond. C double bond C is a restricted bond. With respect to this restricted bond, if two groups which are identical are aligned on the same side, then we use the terminology cis. So here we will call it as cis. Yeah, it is very important to see that these groups are to be same. Okay, So either you can compare two chlorines here or you can compare two hydrogens here. Okay, at least one of the group has to be same. Then only we can assign cis or trans isomers. Clear? So we can say this chlorine and chlorine are on the same side. We can call it as cis. Chlorine and chlorine are on the opposite side here. We will call this as trans. So this is trans. Now you can do the same thing with hydrogen and hydrogen also, depending upon any identical group. Okay. Same way here, if you check it out, there is all four are different here, correct? All four are different here. Then we will look out for the more bulkier groups, ethyl and propyl, or more bulkier groups here. We can call them as cis. If phenyl here, if you check it out, between hydrogen methyl, methyl is more bulkier. Between phenyl and ethyl, phenyl is more bulkier. Not by structural identity, it is based upon CAP rules. So comparing the rules here, we can say these two are opposite to each other. So we can call it as trans. But these are not strictly trans, not strictly cis, not strictly trans. Okay. Generally, it is used. Generally, it is not called as cis and trans. Cis and trans are strictly these cases where you have identical groups. But in terminology, you can use this as cis and trans as similar and similar side and opposite side groups. Okay, but strictly not strictly cis and trans should not be used for this. It should be used mostly for these groups. Okay. Now, if you look at the bulkiness of the molecules here, correct? This
Sir,
bulkiness is on the basis of the CIP rules. Yes, Samar.
sir, in this compound, the previous one,
Yes, Vipin.
isn't it a mirror image of the first one about an axis passing uh, parallel to ET and H bonds?
You meant to say these two?
Yeah.
These two can't be mirror image now, beta. Suppose if at all I put a mirror here, correct? These chlorines which are adjacent to each other is not they are adjacent here. They are opposite to each other here, correct? So if these two
No,
are
no.
here, then they could be mirror images.
Okay, so we are always supposed to put the mirror perpendicular to the bond, double bond.
No, if this is a planar molecule, okay? If this is this is definitely planar molecule. Let us say you put the mirror just top of it, on top of it. When you put on top of it, how does the molecule look like? We will again get this as C double bond C here this way, and we would have chlorine here, hydrogen, hydrogen. This is the molecule you will get. Clear? If you put
Okay,
a
sir.
mirror
Sir,
on top of it,
okay. Okay, sir.
correct. Now, if you take this molecule and try to superimpose, this will get superimposed on this or no? It will
Yes.
get easily superimposed. Clear?
Sir, what I meant was that we are always supposed to place the mirror perpendicular to the bond, right? Matlab, within the plane only, but perpendicular to the bond, right?
Correct, correct, correct.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Now, this bulkiness is on the basis of CIP rules. So, hydrogen, methyl, ethyl, propyl, phenyl, correct? Based on CIP rules. Clear so far? Any doubts? We'll discuss now about what is CIP rules in a while. Now, look at it. Another restricted rotation system is appeared when you have carbon single bond carbon, but as long as it is in the cyclic form. Because the minute carbon carbon single bond is in a cyclic system, then we cannot rotate this because it is restricted. If you want to rotate it, then bond will break. Clear? because here this carbon is restricted, here it is restricted. So if you try to rotate this, any of these two bonds will break. So structural identity itself will change. Okay. So since this is a restricted bond, now if you break these two bonds, for example, here we have hydrogen and chlorine. Here chlorine is coming out of the plane, hydrogen is inside the plane. If we break these two bonds and make the two bonds here with changing the orientation, then now the chlorine is inside, hydrogen is coming outside. So earlier these two chlorines are both coming outside, so their distance is smaller and they are called cis molecules. Now this chlorine and chlorine are opposite to each other, we call them as trans molecule. This is what we have learned in conformers also. If they are on the same side, we used to call it as cis. If they are on the opposite side, we used to call it as trans. Okay. You can see that why we are calling it, because here also there is a restricted bond system. Okay. Now check out this case B. This is very important, students. If you have, this is a restricted bond for sure, but if you have a double bond here, then we cannot have any cis and trans form existing. Why? Because now this carbon is sp2. sp2 means it can have maximum 3 sigma bonds, 1, 2 and 3, correct? And this bond is restricted as this carbon carbon bond, if you break it, it will completely open the chain, so, and that won't be having the same structural integrity. So we cannot break this bond, we cannot break this bond. So even if you break this chlorine bond and try to make it, there are no multiple orientations possible. It has only one orientation possible, and that is the same orientation, correct? Unlike the earlier case, यहाँ पे देखना ऊपर, here when I break the chlorine, it has two chances, either an orientation where it is coming above the plane or below the plane. So two orientations are possible for both hydrogen and chlorine to be placed. But here this chlorine has only one orientation possible. So if you break this bond, if you want to make the bond, again you have to make it at the same orientation, that is on the plane. Clear? So there is no other choice कि हम लोग को नीचे से या ऊपर से लेकर आ सकते हैं, ये choice नहीं है यहाँ पर. So hence a cyclic molecule with a double bond, right? And then having two groups on it, they cannot be, identified as geometrical isomers. Yes, they will be called as a cis form, but they do not have any trans form, correct? So we cannot say it will have any trans form existing. Clear? That's why cyclic molecule with a double bond will not have any geometrical isomers.
Sir,
Yes, Peter.
sir, here you have drawn cyclohexane that is meant to be in one plane only, right?
This one?
Yeah.
Well, cyclohexane does not exist in this form. It will exist in a chair form, right? Within the
Yes,
chair
sir.
form, we have two orientations possible, right, beta? One is axial, one is equatorial. Clear? तो दो ओरिएंटेशंस पॉसिबल है ना, तो अगर यहाँ पर हाइड्रोजन और यहाँ पर क्लोरीन है, तो मैं उसको ब्रेक करके फिर से चेंज कर सकता ना ओरिएंटेशन को. तो मुझे दो मॉलिक्यूल्स, टू डिफरेंट मॉलिक्यूल्स आने के चांसेस है, एंड दोस आर सिस एंड ट्रांस आइसोमर्स. क्लियर?
ओके सर. सर एंड जस्ट वन डाउट इफ यू टोल्ड चेयर ना, सर चेयर में कैसे हम लोग, मतलब जो फिजिकल चेयर होता है उसमें कैसे देयर आर 90 के एंगल्स, हियर आर देयर 90 वाला एंगल्स की जस्ट थोड़ा सा बेंड.
कम अगेन, चेयर में
सर व्हेन वी सिट ऑन अ चेयर लाइक देयर इज अ 90 एंगल, देन देयर इज अ सीट एंड
here
90 एंगल, राइट?
no here the chair what
ऐसा
we
नहीं.
are talking about, here this angle is 109 degrees. Okay,
ओके
here
सर.
all of them are 109 degrees.
ओके.
कोई भी एंगल 90 डिग्रीज पे नहीं है. ठीक है?
या सर.
Right. Now when you have a double bond here, we will only have cis form, but no trans form will exist for it. Right? Now you have to check out of these molecules which will show geometrical isomerism. Here, let us do together now. Suppose first molecule, the basic thing what you will check out is whether there is a restricted system or not. Between carbon and carbon, there is a definitely restricted rotation system. Okay. But left side and right side, there are same groups only. Left side also there are two same groups. Right side also there are two same groups. So even if you break and make it, you will not get any different compound. So this does not show any geometrical isomerism. Here left side there are two groups. एक हाइड्रोजन है एक मिथाइल है, right? But right side दोनों ही हाइड्रोजन है ना. So again two hydrogens if you break and make, it is not going to make any difference. So this will not have any geometrical isomerism as well. Here, when you have C double bond C, there is a restricted bond. This carbon has hydrogen and methyl group, two different groups. This has two different groups, one hydrogen and one methyl group. So yes, we can change the orientation here. एक बार हाइड्रोजन को ऊपर मिथाइल को नीचे और एक बार मिथाइल को ऊपर हाइड्रोजन को नीचे, right? Like that I can do the same thing here. So yes, here we can see geometrical isomerism exists. Clear? Same way, left side there are two different groups, methyl and hydrogen, but right side there are same groups, two methyl groups. So we can say there is no cis and trans existing in these two cases. Clear? Next, so go through up to Q and try this and tell me whether they will have cis and trans isomers and both will be geometrical or not. Check it out, everybody. Try this. Right, let us look at it. So E case, definitely we can have cis and trans isomers, because I mean geometrical isomers will exist because these two groups are different, these two groups are different, and there is a restricted bond. Next, here there is a restricted bond, but there is only one group present. For geometrical isomerism to show, we should have at least two groups so that we can break it and make it. Here, if you make it, it is the same group again on the same line. So this does not have any geometrical isomerism existing. If you have a double bond here, you can see this is one methyl group and this side there is hydrogen and this side also there is hydrogen. So this is one form where hydrogen and hydrogens are opposite each other, and I can put such a way that this methyl group is here, hydrogen is here, so we can get uh, cis and trans isomers. So yes, there will be isomerism, I mean geometrical isomerism existing for it. This will not have geometrical isomers because this is also methyl, this is also methyl. If you have same groups on a restricted bond, then we cannot have geometrical isomers. Same is the problem here, double bond, two methyl groups, two hydrogen groups. So they do not have any geometrical isomers. Here there is one hydrogen here. Nothing is written means hydrogen is there, okay? Hydrogen methyl, two different groups. Hydrogen phenyl, two different groups. So definitely geometrical isomerism can be seen. Here also there is hydrogen and hydrogen here. So you can see hydrogen and methyl, different groups, hydrogen and methyl, different groups. So this will also show geometrical isomers. On this double bond, left side we have, ethyl group. This is ethyl and hydrogen, two different groups. But right side we have two methyl groups. These two are methyl. So no geometrical isomers. Here, this double bond does not have any geometrical isomerism because both side it has, I mean this side it has hydrogen and hydrogen. So no geometrical isomer. But this double bond can show geometrical isomerism because it has methyl and hydrogen and this uh, ethene group and hydrogen here. So that will make it geometrical isomers. Here we have C double bond N with this is hydrogen and methyl, two different groups. And here we have OH and lone pair as two different groups, correct? These are called oxymes, remember? C double bond N with OH, lone pair, hydrogen and methyl group. So you can see we can change the orientation of these two groups or these two groups. We will get geometrical isomerism. So yes, this will have geometrical isomers. This will have geometrical isomers because both sides the groups are different here. Here this cannot have geometrical isomers because left hand side both of them are phenyl only. Okay. Here both of them are hydrogen only, so this will not have geometrical isomers either. Yes, all of you understood that, right? So like this is all in the open chain restricted bonds. Now suppose if you have closed chain restricted bonds, tell me fast about these cases now, whether geometrical isomerism will exist or not. Okay, I'll write this as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Fast. Do it on your own and then I'll inform. Right, beta. A, no, correct. हमें rest of them, go ahead. Amay, what about the B part? Check D again. Very good, Arnav. Correct, sir. Right, Amay. Go ahead. Those who are not getting, just check it out. First case, there are no group to compare only. सब कुछ hydrogens है, तो इसमें तो कोई geometrical isomer exist नहीं करेगा. Next, second case, we have methyl, but what do we compare with? Rest all are hydrogens only. Again, there is no possibility of geometrical isomers. Here also we can't compare. There are two methyls only. So if there are two different groups at two different locations, we could have compared. Okay. Right, Atma.
Sir, I could not understand why we can't be possible.
For B,
उसमें हाँ उसमें axial equatorial तो आ सकता है और no जा सकता है.
structure, there could be equatorial and axial, but they are not cis and trans, na beta. Suppose
हाँ
if
sir.
you have methyl here and hydrogen here, correct?
They are on the same carbon.
They are on the same carbon. You break it, make it. You might get this is not an what do you say? cis and trans isomerism, because for cis and trans you have to compare with the other groups. Other groups are only hydrogens on all the carbons, correct?
Sure.
Next, D. D will have an existence because see, here this molecule, if it is up and up, both would be cis. If this is up and this is down, that will be trans. Okay. So on this entire thing is a restricted bond. यहाँ C to C इतना restricted bond है, and this molecule above and this molecule below are both above and one above and one below. So definitely makes geometrical isomers. This will make geometrical isomers. This will make geometrical isomers. Okay. This will also make geometrical isomers because methyl groups, they are on the adjacent side. If I put on the opposite side, that will get trans molecule. This will not have any geometrical isomers. This will not have any geometrical isomers. Just now we have discussed that on a cyclic case, if you have a double bond, then you are, you know, less of orientations. There is only one orientation possible here, जिसमें already methyl लगे हुए हैं. So even if you break and put the methyl back, you will get it the same position. So there is no geometrical isomers. This double bond O cannot be compared with others. This will cannot be compared because both of them are on the same plane. And mm, uh, in a cyclic form, when the double bond is either internal or external, either of the cases, we cannot get geometrical isomers. Next, in L case, we will have geometrical isomerism because this N and CH3, H and H here. So those are the two different groups here. So we can exchange them above and below. So we will get geometrical isomers. Here we cannot get because we have double bond N, but this side we have same groups. Clear? Here N double bond N, I can put lone pair here and methyl here. So we will get two different groups. So yes, geometrical isomerism will exist. Next here, between these two, there is no geometrical isomerism. Between these two, there is a geometrical isomerism existing. Chlorine and iodine can be placed in different formats. So we'll get geometrical isomers. P also we will get geometrical isomers. Okay. So I hope all of you got an idea. Any doubt here? Right. Now check out here. In this case, you just have to tell me whether they are in the cis form or a trans form. Clear? Now the question is not about whether they have geometrical isomers or not. Here the question is which form it is in. It is in a cis form or a trans form. You should always check out cis form as in similar groups are on the same side. We call it as cis form. Like two methyl groups are on the same side. So I'll call this as the cis form. Here one methyl and this methyl are opposite to each other. So I will call it as a trans form. Here I will look out for hydrogens. Two hydrogens are on the same side. So I will call it as the cis form. Here this hydrogen and this hydrogen are on the opposite side. So I will call it as the trans form. Clear? Like this, I want you to identify rest of them, whether they are cis or trans in all the cases. Do it.
Sir, can you number them?
Yes, but
Could you please scroll down a bit?
Atman, tell me.
Sir, could you please scroll down a bit? No, scroll down. Scroll down.
Right, Atman. It's right. In all the cases.
Sir, this K isomer.
K is a. These are two hydrogens, OH and H. Correct. So there is no comparison here. So this cannot exhibit cis and trans at all. Okay. So Atman, that's the only problem. Only except K, rest of them are fine.
I didn't get it.
L is trans beta. Methyl and fluorine are opposite to each other, which makes two hydrogens also opposite to each other. So that makes it trans. Is that okay, Shan? हमें
सर के में
this OH, sorry, Atman, this OH
हाँ सर
need to be compared with other group, na beta. If it has to be compared, there is no other group to compare. So this does not exhibit any cis or trans.
सर बट हाइड्रोजन तो दिखाएगा ना मतलब हाइड्रोजन तो हाइड्रोजन के
No,
साथ
this
ही
to break,
दिखेगा
if you break both of them, या हाइड्रोजन ऊपर डालो या नीचे डालो, उससे कोई फर्क पड़ने वाला है मॉलिक्यूल में? नहीं ना?
नहीं
Hmm. Yes, L is trans beta. Ishan, L is trans, correct. M, yes beta. M we can make cis and trans both. You can see in this position all of them are on the same side, so it is cis. Beta, all are coming out of the plane, so they are all cis to each other. Oh. Why trans हमें? मिथाइल इथाइल मिथाइल सब ऊपर ही आ रहा है.
My mistake.
Okay. Yes, Ishan. O is trans. They are opposite to each other. Arnav, check O again. Right. Let us discuss. So E case definitely cis. F case definitely cis. This is also cis. Please remember, although they are cis, they do not have any geometry. They are not geometrical isomers. ये समझना बहुत जरूरी है. Here, it is not necessary cis है इसका मतलब ये geometrical isomer है. Cis होगा तो trans भी exist करेगा तभी geometrical isomerism होगा. Clear? So here, I question was not about whether they are showing geometrical isomerism. The question was in which form they are in. They are in the cis form or a trans form. That's it. So these three are in cis form, but they cannot exhibit any geometrical isomers. Here this group's hydrogens are on the opposite side, so this is trans. Here hydrogens are on the same side, so sorry, this is cis. Next, if you see J case here, OH and methyl are on the same side, which makes hydrogen also on the same side. So this is cis. Here no cis and trans exist. No cis trans exist. Here methyl and fluorine are on the opposite side, which makes it trans. Here all of them are on the same side, which makes it cis. Here this double bond is, uh, on this side, which makes two hydrogens on the same side, so it is cis. Here hydrogen would be here, hydrogen would be here, so this makes it trans. Here you can see the same thing, hydrogen here and methyl group here. These two groups are on the opposite side, so that makes it trans. Here this hydrogen is here, other group is on this side, so definitely that makes it cis. Clear? Here a double bond, methyl is here, this group is here. Clear? Now check this out. This hydrogen group and methyl group, these two groups are on the same side, which makes it cis. Here also, if you check out, hydrogen is here, this methyl is here. Both of them are on the same side, so which makes it cis. Last case also same. Hydrogen and this hydrogen and methyl are on the same side, which makes it cis. Clear? There is a reason why I give numbering in these cases. Check out. If you see the molecule of P and S, P and S for example, okay, this is a trans form and this is a cis form. Clear? Numbering wise, look at it. Suppose if I start numbering from oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at this fourth carbon, we have this group double bond here. So this trans and cis, structurally they are same. Double bond is at the same location, but their orientations are different. Clear? Here also methyl group is on the fourth position. Here also methyl group is on the fourth position. But these two are opposite to each other. Here these are on the same side. So these two can be geometrical isomers of each other. Clear? Now if you check out these cis and trans, these two, see the numbering here, 1, 2, 3. Here double bond is at the position 4 and 5. Here double bond is at the position 2 and 3. So can we say these two are geometrical isomers? We cannot, because these two are structural isomers. These two are not geometrical. See, once you have structural isomers, we cannot define them as geometrical anymore. Structural always overpowers the stereoisomers. Clear? So we can say these two are positional isomers. Position is different, correct? So we can call them as positional isomers, but not geometrical isomers. Okay. Same is the case with P and R also. We have oxygen here with 1, 2, 3, and 4. So double bond is between 3 and 4. So these two are structural isomers and not geometrical isomers. Okay. Now if you look at this E part, right? This E and S, I mean not E, R, S, T. Yeah. Now S and T, if you compare these two here, compare these two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth and fifth, between fourth and fifth, there is a double bond. Here also fourth and fifth, there is a double bond. Clear? And methyl group is on the fourth position. Methyl group is on the fourth position. Clear? And this is representing as cis. This is representing as cis, which means what are these two groups, beta? These two are identical. They're exactly same. Clear? While P and T, if you check it out, these two are geometrical isomers of each other. Are now any doubt, beta? I hope you understood that. Right. Now, whenever we talk about geometrical isomerisms, one thing what we need to take care of is dipole moment and physical properties. Suppose if you check out this C double bond C, right? In case if there is bromine here and bromine here, see, between carbon and bromine, this would have delta positive, this will have delta negative. So dipole moment will always be from positive towards negative side. Here also this will have delta positive, delta negative. So dipole moment will be on this side. So here you can see the resultant dipole moment would be this way. So this is the resultant dipole moment. Clear? While if they are on the opposite side like this, then the resultant dipole moment will be zero because they will cancel off each other. So usually trans molecule will have less dipole moment, cis will have more dipole moment, most of the cases. So if the resultant dipole moment increases, the van der Waal, the interactions between the molecule increases. If interactions increases, then it requires more temperature to boil them. So therefore the boiling point increases. So remember this, mu resultant of any molecule is directly proportional to boiling point. Okay. So between these two, if you check it out, the boiling point would be more for, boiling point would be more for cis compared to that of trans. Clear? Next, melting point. Melting point of a molecule always depends upon the packing of molecule. Now, when it comes to a trans type of packing, trans is a more symmetrical packing. So if you check out this way, this is a trans molecule. So in a small amount of surface area, it is like this. Imagine this is a limited surface area, right? So in this limited surface area, these many cis molecules can be stached one another. But in this case, in the similar surface area, the cis molecule cannot be stached so much, okay? Because they would have more van der Waal repulsions, clear? So the space which it takes is less, okay? Here, the space which takes is more for accommodating more number of molecules. Trans will take less space to accommodate more molecules.
Sir, your
What,
melting
beta?
point increases here, right?
Tanish, tell again.
For trans, melting point is greater than cis, right?
Yes, beta, always. So, when it comes to trans and cis molecules, trans can be arranged better, packing is better. So, therefore, in all the cases, we can say melting point, trans is always favored compared to that of its cis molecule. So, between these two, if you compare, correct, this is a cis molecule, this is a trans molecule. This is a trans side, this is a cis side. So if you were to compare the melting point, we will say trans is better than cis. Okay. If you were to compare the boiling point, then we say cis is better than trans. Clear on that? Now, look at it. Suppose if you have these two molecules, correct? These two are called the alene kinds. If you remember the alene molecule, in alene molecule, what is happening? We have this carbon, single bond carbon, and then there is a pi bond existing between these two. So there is a pi bond existing here. This is a pi bond, okay? And this carbon has two bonds here. One is going inside and one is coming outside. This is how the carbon has bonds. Here there is chlorine, here there is bromine, okay? Next carbon you know, if you compare the next carbon here, I have another single bond here. But here, if you check out the double bond, there is one pi bond here, one pi bond here. This has one pi bond here. This has one pi bond here. And if you check out rest of the groups, this carbon has two groups here, iodine and fluorine. Okay. And here one pi bond exists between these two. Got it? This is how the molecule is being. Now tell me, between this chlorine and iodine and this chlorine and fluorine, is there any difference in the distance? Question number one. Everybody, tell me about it. क्लोरीन और आयोडीन के बीच में सपोज डिस्टेंस x है, तो अभी बताओ क्लोरीन और फ्लोरीन के बीच में डिस्टेंस कोई चेंज है या सेम है?
चेंज है।
फिर से चेक करो बेटा, ये एक डिफरेंट प्लेन पे, ये अंदर जा रहा है, ये बाहर आ रहा है. ओके, ये बी आर है और ये आयोडीन और फ्लोरीन सेम प्लेन पे है. ठीक है
सर पर इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी अलग होंगे ना दोनों के?
मैं सिर्फ डिस्टेंस पूछ रहा हूँ बेटा, मैं बाकी कुछ भी प्रॉपर्टी नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ. सपोज ग्रुप कैसे है, ये प्लेन पे है क्लोरीन और यहाँ पे ऐसे है, देखो ये दोनों दिख रहा है, देखो ये क्लोरीन है, ये ब्रोमीन है, ऐसा है, और इस तरफ दोनों ऐसे लगे हुए हैं. क्लियर?
यस।
करेक्ट, ऐसा लगा हुआ है. तो यहाँ पर ये आयोडीन है, ये फ्लोरीन है, यहाँ पर ये क्लोरीन है, ये ब्रोमीन है. ठीक है, सो क्या ये चारों सेम प्लेन पे है, डिफरेंट प्लेन पे है? ये दोनों एक प्लेन पे, ये दोनों एक प्लेन पे, दोनों चारों सेम प्लेन पे नहीं है ना?
नो सर।
तो इन दैट केस क्लोरीन और आयोडीन के बीच में डिस्टेंस या क्लोरीन और फ्लोरीन के बीच में डिस्टेंस में कोई फर्क है?
नो सर।
No, the distance is same. So if you consider the distance between this chlorine and iodine here and this, यहाँ से यहाँ पे डिस्टेंस चेक करोगे तो ये दोनों डिस्टेंस में कोई फर्क है नहीं, ये भी x ही है. ये सबको समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Right. Such type of family of compounds are called allenes. This family of compounds are called allenes. Right? In allenes, if you have two pi bond groups, okay, it is a even number of allene groups, even pi bond allene groups, then the distance between the molecules would be same. So bromine और आयोडीन के बीच में x है, क्लोरीन क्लोरीन और आयोडीन के बीच में x है, तो क्लोरीन और फ्लोरीन के बीच में भी x रहेगा. ब्रोमीन और आयोडीन के बीच में y है, तो ब्रोमीन और फ्लोरीन के बीच में भी y रहेगा. So distance does not change. Acha, if distance does not change, can we say they are geometrical isomers? So even if we change this orientation, would you get geometrical isomerism? No, they are not geometrical isomerism anymore. Okay, guys. So remember, when you have a 3-carbon allene, this is 1, 2, 3. So you can see this is an odd number of carbon. So odd carbon allenes or even carbon, even pi bond allenes, you can use it the terminology as odd carbon allene or even pi bond allene. Both of them are same. They will never exhibit geometrical isomerism beta. Okay, but if you have, suppose if you have 4 bonds, correct? So अभी मैं मॉलिक्यूल को थोड़ा सा चेंज करता हूं. देखो, सपोज यही मॉलिक्यूल ऐसा है, C डबल बॉन्ड C, डबल बॉन्ड C, डबल बॉन्ड C, और यहाँ पर आयोडीन, फ्लोरीन एंड ब्रोमीन एंड क्लोरीन है. ठीक है, इन दैट केस नाउ द मॉलिक्यूल्स इज लाइक यहाँ पे ये खत्म नहीं हुआ है, ये बॉन्ड और एक कार्बन के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है. सो वी विल हैव वन मोर बॉन्ड हियर लाइक दिस. मेक इट लिटिल स्मॉलर. या, so one more bond like this, and here this time again we will have one molecule here which is iodine, and this molecule which is fluorine. Clear? Why? Here, now if you check out, this has one pi bond, this has one pi bond, and both of them are making pi bond between these two. Okay, this is how it exists. Now if you see this carbon and this carbon, these groups and these groups, they are on the same plane. Now if they are on the same plane, अभी इन दोनों के बीच में डिस्टेंस, आयोड क्लोरीन एंड आयोडीन के बीच में डिस्टेंस, इफ दिस इज x, नाउ क्लोरीन एंड फ्लोरीन के बीच में डिस्टेंस, क्या अभी ये सेम रहेगा या डिफरेंट रहेगा? Now it will be different because they are on the same plane. Now they are on the same plane, so chlorine and iodine are like adjacent to each other. Chlorine and fluorine are opposite to each other. So now the distance will be different. So yes, now it will exhibit geometrical isomerism. Clear? So we will say yes, this will exhibit geometrical isomerism, and this will not exhibit geometrical isomerism. So the conclusion is, when you have an even carbon allene, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, even number of carbons. So if you have even carbon allenes, it will exhibit geometrical isomerism. If you have odd carbon allenes, it will not exhibit geometrical isomerism. Rather, it will exhibit optical isomerism. We will learn that in some time. Okay. So I hope all of you understood with the allenes.
सर ऐसा क्यों होता है कि इवन नंबर ऑफ कार्बन होते हैं तब वो परपेंडिकुलर चला जाता है?
देखो ना बेटा, पाई बॉन्ड्स को ध्यान से देखो। इस कार्बन को, ये sp2 कार्बन है, मतलब 3 बॉन्ड्स होने चाहिए, ये तीनों एक प्लेन में है, राइट?
यस सर।
ये तीनों एक प्लेन में है, ऐसे ये एक प्लेन है, बराबर? ठीक, करेक्ट। उसके बाद ये sp है, ये sp है, दोनों sp है, मतलब प्लेनार होने चाहिए, तो उसके रेस्पेक्ट में ये दोनों प्लेन पे है, तो ये विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू द सेंट्रल कार्बन ये प्लेन पे है, ठीक है? विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू दिस कार्बन ये प्लेन पे है, यहां तक ये भी ठीक है, क्लियर? तो ये इसके रेस्पेक्ट में ये एक प्लेन पे है, इसके रेस्पेक्ट में ये दोनों एक प्लेन पे है, मतलब सॉरी लीनियर होना चाहिए, तो ये लीनियर है, ये लीनियर है, ठीक है? अब लास्ट में आ जाते हैं, इस कार्बन पे फिर से आप चेक करोगे तो ये ऐसे, सॉरी अभी आप चेक करोगे तो ये ऐसे आ रहा है, राइट? दिस इज द प्लेन। सो ये दोनों प्लेन सेम पे है ना, ये और ये दोनों सेम प्लेन पे है।
Yes, sir.
So since they are on the same plane now, मतलब अब बीच में कोई भी हो रहा है, ये सब तो रेस्ट्रिक्टेड बॉन्ड ही है, इस कार्बन से इस कार्बन तक सब रेस्ट्रिक्टेड बॉन्ड है। So across the restricted bond, these two are on the same plane, these two are on the same plane. I mean, all four on the same plane. These two are on the same side, these two are on the same side. If we break the bond and make it at a different side, we'll get cis and trans isomers. Is that
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Yeah. Right. Now, out of these questions, you have to tell me which of the following will show geometrical isomerism. Do it fast. Yes, Ranveer, please go ahead. ये फटाफट हो जाना चाहिए सबसे, क्योंकि अभी हमने किया है सिस ट्रांस कब होगा, ज्योमेट्रिकल कब होगा, राइट? यस, मैं कीप गोइंग।
that even odd वाला कौन सा?
क्या बेटा फिर से बोलो?
वो even और वाला concept which we studied now is applicable to rings also.
इवन ऑड वाला जो कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ा हमने,
हाँ, is it applicable to rings also? कि rings में अगर even odd है तो ring होगा.
no, it is not applicable for ring forms, only alleles. Only straight chain, I mean, only straight chain alleles, not in ring chain alleles. Right? Match your answers. First one, yes, it will show cis and trans. Second one, yes. Third one, no. Fourth one, yes. Sorry, fourth one, no. Fifth one, yes. Sixth one, yes. Seventh one, yes. Eighth one, yes. Ninth one, yes. 10th one, yes. 11th one, yes, because I've already written that. Cis and trans. Check. All of you got this.
थर्ड और फोर्थ में क्यों नहीं होगा?
फोर्थ में 2 हाइड्रोजन ही है नीचे, दूसरा भी तो हाइड्रोजन ही है, किससे कंपेयर करेंगे बेटा?
अच्छा ओके। और थर्ड में?
थर्ड में ये डबल बॉन्ड के वजह से ये ग्रुप के पास कोई चॉइस नहीं है ना, इट हैज टू बी ऑन द सेम प्लेन ओनली। इसको हम लोग फिर किससे कंपेयर करेंगे?
सर बट वो वेज ऊपर नीचे जा सकता है ना, तो
वेज
उसमें
ऊपर नीचे जाएगा तो ये डिस्टेंस चेंज नहीं हो रहा है ना, इन दोनों के बीच में डिस्टेंस सेम ही है।
अच्छा ओके।
हाँ.
11th and 12th are same beta, one is in a cis form and one is in a trans form. Okay, I have drawn this to show you that cyclic ring में double bond 6 member तक cis trans exist नहीं करता है, right? Sorry, 7 member तक cis trans exist नहीं कर सकता, 8 member से आपको cis trans दिखने लगेगा। So 8 member cyclic chain से लेकर, so remember this, in cyclic greater than 8 carbons, greater than or equal to 8 carbons, cis trans exist. Okay, right? Okay, do this one, 12 to 17. Now I have taken the cases which are more than 8 membered rings. 12, 13. You can see it has cis and trans isomers, right? You can see this is a 10 membered ring, 10 membered carbon. So here we can have trans. If you write it here, this will have cis. So these two are definitely existing geometrical isomers. 13th also you can see double bond here, if at all I put double bond here, if at all I put. This is a cis form, this is a trans form. So yes, they will have geometrical isomers.
तो बट आपने लिखा है कि trans ज़्यादा stable है तो इसका existence कम होगा ना.
देखो बेटा, what is happening ना, up to 10 membered rings cis is more stable than trans. Why? Up to 10 membered ring, if you check it out, यहाँ पर cis में क्या हो रहा है, हाइड्रोजन्स हमेशा बाहर की तरफ आएंगे, करेक्ट? ट्रांस में हाइड्रोजन यहाँ पे देखना, जैसे ये है हाइड्रोजन इधर है, हाइड्रोजन इधर है, क्लियर? राइट, दिस इज द वे इट इज. So these hydrogens, this with respect to this hydrogen, the hydrogens which are on the adjacent side, this side, they will come very close to each other in trans, clear? So they will have more van der Waal repulsions, like in this case you can see these two hydrogens are very close to each other, so they will have more van der Waals repulsions. So 8 9 10 इन सब में ट्रांस में हाइड्रोजन्स काफी क्लोज आ जाएंगे, इसकी वजह से उनमें रिपल्शन ज्यादा होंगे. So trans are unstable, cis are more stable. But if you go beyond 10, right? Beyond 10, now trans molecule will have sufficient space for hydrogens here. So this hydrogen, if you check it out, with respect to this hydrogen, the distance between them increases a lot. So now they will not have any restriction, or the repulsion between them is less. So now trans would be more stable there as compared to that of cis. So if you see the stability wise, now trans will be more stable. Clear? अभी
Yes,
cis,
sir. But cis में तो sir यहाँ पे पॉइंट जो लिखा है वो है मतलब ट्रांस इज मोर स्टेबल देन सिस फॉर मोर देन 10 मेंबर्ड रिंग, पर
yes,
तो मतलब फिर इसका मतलब ये हो गया कि सिस तो होगा ही नहीं.
no, I meant to say between cis and trans, which are existing, trans will have more stability compared to cis. Correct? So trans is more stable than cis does not mean cis is not existing. It means between these two, if you compare, then trans is more stable. Now do 14, 15, 16, 17. Tell me whether they will have geometrical isomers or not. ये जेई का क्वेश्चन है. 14, 15, 16, 17.
सर 14 15 16 17 में हाइड्रोजन देखना है कि सर क्या देखना है नहीं समझ.
देखो बेटा, ये तो एकदम प्लेनार ग्रुप है, ये प्लेनार ग्रुप है, करेक्ट. बट ये वाला
Yes.
कार्बन, ये वाला जो कार्बन है, इसमें ये जो दो हाइड्रोजन है वो सेम साइड पे भी हो सकते हैं, ऑपोजिट साइड पे भी हो सकते हैं, करेक्ट.
Yes sir.
तो मतलब यहाँ पे इसको फिनाइल एंड हाइड्रोजन, फिनाइल एंड हाइड्रोजन, ये दोनों ग्रुप को हम लोग ओरिएंटेशन चेंज कर सकते हैं ना, मतलब इसमें ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म एग्जिस्ट कर सकता है. समझ
Yes
गए?
sir.
सो वैसे दूसरे में चेक करो 15th में. Atman, how come 16 beta? Check again.
ओह या सॉरी सर, दोनों प्लेनार ही है. हाँ सर, समझ गया.
राइट. 15 में तो डेफिनेटली नहीं होगा, क्योंकि ये देखो ये ऑलरेडी बेंजीन ग्रुप है. बेंजीन में तो रेस्ट्रिक्टेड, बेंजीन में तो एक ही ओरिएंटेशन पॉसिबल है ना, तो ये ओरिएंटेशन पे एक लग सकता है, यहाँ पे एक लग सकता है, बट राइट इसके रेस्पेक्ट में चेक करोगे तो ये एक ग्रुप है. देखो विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू दिस, यू नो, दिस इज वन ग्रुप, बट इसको आप बाकी किससे कंपेयर करोगे? बाकी सब जगह हाइड्रोजन्स है, so we can't compare it. Same with respect to this ring, it has only one group here, उसको कंपेयर करने के लिए कोई नहीं है, so therefore this cannot exhibit geometrical isomerism. Same is the case in 16th also, this will not exhibit geometrical isomerism because ये बेंजीन ग्रुप है, ये बेंजीन ग्रुप है, ये दोनों सब कुछ एक ही प्लेन पे रहेंगे और उनके पास ओरिएंटेशन करने के लिए मल्टीपल प्लेसेस नहीं है. इसके पास मल्टीपल प्लेसेस है, लेकिन ये एक ग्रुप की तरह है. उस ग्रुप को हम लोग कंपेयर किससे करेंगे? यहाँ पे सब हाइड्रोजन्स है, so we can't compare anything. So therefore this will not exhibit geometrical isomerism either. 17th में हम लोग कंपेयर कर सकते हैं कि ये हाइड्रोजन और ये हाइड्रोजन दोनों डिफरेंट जगह पे हो सकते हैं. क्लियर? So yes, this will exhibit geometrical isomerism. क्लियर गाइस?
सर अगर 16 में साइक्लोहेक्सेन पर कोई दूसरा ग्रुप होता तो वो कर सकता
यस डेफिनेटली, अगर कहीं पर भी अगर एक भी ग्रुप रहा, यहाँ पे मिथाइल है, यहाँ पे कोई इथाइल है, कुछ भी ग्रुप हो सकता है, ओके। इवन ड्यूटेरियम होगा तो भी कर सकता है, इवन इफ यू हैव सम ड्यूटेरियम हियर, लेट्स से ऐसा ग्रुप, तो ये डेफिनेटली अभी ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म एग्जिबिट करेगा, ओके राइट। क्यूमुलिन केसेस अभी हमने पढ़ा था, क्यूमुलिन में होगा या नहीं होगा, ठीक है। तो अभी मैंने बताया कि इफ इट कम्स टू ऑड नंबर ऑफ कार्बन्स, राइट, ऑड नंबर ऑफ कार्बन्स और इवन नंबर ऑफ पाई बॉन्ड्स, दिस विल नेवर शो, करेक्ट, क्योंकि इनमें डिस्टेंस सेम होता है। while if it is even number of carbons, right, or odd number of pi bonds, this will definitely show. That is what we have learned, correct? Now these are little complex cases, एक दो कॉम्प्लेक्स केसेस में बताता हूं, बाकी आपको करना है। देखो सपोज फर्स्ट केस में चेक करो, ये ग्रुप में, करेक्ट, in cyclo in this cyclo butane, this side we have hydrogen and methyl group here, and then we have a double bond here, and then hydrogen and methyl group, got it? Now whenever you have this cyclo butyl group, or you know cyclopentyl, any of these groups like this, ठीक है, so between these two, ये एक restricted bond की तरह है, this is like a restricted bond only, ये भी restricted है, इधर से भी restricted है, clear? So for our simple understanding, what we can do, इस साइकिल को एज अ सी डबल बॉन्ड सी की तरह कंसिडर कर सकते हैं, यू नो, जस्ट फॉर आवर सिंपल अंडरस्टैंडिंग। सो बिटवीन दीज टू कार्बन्स, इमेजिन इट इज लाइक ए डबल बॉन्ड, ठीक है, और यहाँ पर हाइड्रोजन और मिथाइल ग्रुप प्रेजेंट है। तो अब ये क्या बन गया, ये एक ऑड कार्बन एलिन बन गया। सो ऑड कार्बन एलिन में इन ये मिथाइल और हाइड्रोजन और मिथाइल और मिथाइल, इन दोनों के बीच में डिस्टेंस तो सेम ही होता है, मतलब ये ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमेरिज्म एग्जिबिट नहीं करेगा, क्लियर? बिकॉज ये दोनों एक प्लेन पे है, ये दोनों दूसरे प्लेन पे है, बट उनमें डिस्टेंस इक्वल है, मिथाइल और हाइड्रोजन और मिथाइल और मिथाइल के बीच में डिस्टेंस सेम है। सो आप ये मिथाइल को इधर रखो, हाइड्रोजन को इधर एक्सचेंज करो, यू वोंट बी गेटिंग एनी न्यू आइसोमेरिज्म, राइट? C20 फर्स्ट हियर, दिस साइक्लिक ग्रुप हियर, दिस इज अ रेस्ट्रिक्टेड बॉन्ड, तो उसको मैं एक डबल बॉन्ड की तरह लिख देता हूँ, फिर एक डबल बॉन्ड है, फिर और एक डबल बॉन्ड है, correct? So the cyclo group, butyl group, I can place it like a double bond. Left hand side I have hydrogen and methyl, right hand side I have hydrogen and methyl. Now you can see this is like a even carbon alene. So in case of even carbon alene, these two groups will be on the same plane. Now if you exchange their positions, we will get different distances. अभी मिथाइल और हाइड्रोजन, मिथाइल और मिथाइल के बीच में डिस्टेंस अलग है, मतलब ये ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमेरिज्म एग्जिबिट कर रहा है। Guess all of you understood that? Okay. नेक्स्ट, एक स्पाइरो मैं दिखाता हूँ, दूसरा स्पाइरो आपको करना है। सपोज ये कार्बन है, ये कार्बन के साथ साथ मैं ऐसे इमेजिन कर सकता हूँ कि ये एक रेस्ट्रिक्टेड डबल बॉन्ड के साथ है, फिर दूसरा कार्बन है, फिर और एक डबल बॉन्ड है यहाँ पर, ये वाला कार्बन, फिर यहाँ पर हाइड्रोजन और मिथाइल ग्रुप है, हाइड्रोजन और मिथाइल ग्रुप है। सो सिर्फ अभी ऐसे चेक करो कि वी हैव 1 2 3 4, ये 4 कार्बन एलिन है। 4 कार्बन मीन्स इवन कार्बन एलिन, इवन कार्बन एलिन में लेफ्ट साइड और राइट साइड ग्रुप सेम पोजीशन सेम प्लेन पे आ जाएंगे, व्हिच मींस दिस विल एग्जिबिट ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमेरिज्म। क्लियर गाइस? राइट, रेस्ट ऑफ द केसेस यू ट्राई टू डू इट नाउ, let me know if you haven't understood it. Do the rest of the cases.
सर हम लोग साइक्लोहेक्सेन को भी डबल बॉन्ड से रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं,
Cyclo, yes,
हेक्सेन को।
yes, restricted bond है ना, कोई भी restricted bond को आप डबल बॉन्ड की तरह सोच लो।
सर सर एग्जाम में ऐसा वेजनाश करके दिखाएंगे क्या, मतलब हमारे सिंपलिसिटी के लिए, कि दे वोंट शो वेजनाश?
नहीं नहीं दिखाएंगे, नहीं दिखाएंगे, आपको खुद
ओके
को समझना है, ठीक है।
या सर।
यहाँ पे मैं अभी अभी फर्स्ट टाइम पढ़ रहे हैं ना हम लोग, इसके लिए मैंने ईज आउट करने के लिए दिया है वैसे। Yes, tell me about the case 22. Yes or no? You can see this like a double bond C, double bond C. तो बस इतना काफी इंफॉर्मेशन है। जैसे ही आपने देखा कि 3 कार्बन एलिन है, मतलब ये नहीं होगा। यहाँ पे C, डबल बॉन्ड C, डबल बॉन्ड C, 3 कार्बन एलिन है तो नहीं होगा। C, डबल बॉन्ड C, डबल बॉन्ड C, डबल बॉन्ड C, तो ये डेफिनेटली होगा। ओके, दिस इज लाइक, अभी इसमें हम लोग C डबल बॉन्ड C जैसे लिख नहीं पाएंगे, क्योंकि यहीं पर कार्बन रिस्ट्रिक्टेड बॉन्ड है, दोनों तरफ से नहीं है। सो आई कैन इमेजिन दिस लाइक, ये मिथाइल ग्रुप सपोज बाहर की तरफ है, ठीक है। तो अभी इन दोनों में डिस्टेंस, अगर हम लोग चेक करेंगे, ठीक है, बिकॉज दीज टू हैव टू बी ऑन द सेम प्लेन। ये दोनों कार्बन और ये दोनों कार्बन, ये मिथाइल और हाइड्रोजन, ये दोनों सेम प्लेन पे होने चाहिए। This methyl is a different plane here. So this methyl and this methyl का distance, this methyl and hydrogen का distance, clear? That would be different. Okay.
सर आप वापस रिपीट कर सकते हैं, हम लोग उसको रिप्लेस क्यों नहीं कर सकते?
क्या बेटा?
सर
तो
वो
इसको मैंने चारों पॉसिबिलिटीज लिखे, पहले सारे पॉसिबिलिटीज लिखे मैंने। देखो ये मिथाइल दोनों कमिंग आउट ऑफ द प्लेन, मिथाइल दोनों गोइंग इनसाइड द प्लेन, ठीक है। और मिथाइल हाइड्रोजन एक बार ऊपर नीचे, यहाँ पर ऊपर नीचे, यहाँ पर ऊपर नीचे, यहाँ पर ऊपर नीचे, चारों पॉसिबिलिटीज लिखे पहले मैंने। अभी हम लोग डिस्टेंस को अच्छे से मेजर करते, थोड़ा सा आप इमेजिन करना। ओके, ये इमेजिन करना, इट इज लाइक दिस बेटा, कि पहले ये प्लेन पे, ये सारे सब कुछ एक प्लेन पे है, ठीक है। और इसी प्लेन के ऊपर एक डबल बॉन्ड है, और इसी प्लेन के ऊपर दूसरा मिथाइल और हाइड्रोजन है, ठीक है। अब ये प्लेन के बॉन्ड्स ऐसे है, ये प्लेन के ऊपर ना कुछ बॉन्ड्स ऐसे हैं, और जहां पर ये मिथाइल ग्रुप पड़ा है, यहाँ पर हाइड्रोजन है, यहाँ पर हाइड्रोजन है, हाइड्रोजन है, बराबर। अब मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ आपसे कि यहाँ से ये मिथाइल का और ये मिथाइल का डिस्टेंस और ये मिथाइल का ये हाइड्रोजन का डिस्टेंस क्या इक्वल है या डिफरेंट है?
सर इक्वल होगा।
नहीं, सोच के देखो फिर से, इसको थोड़ा इमेजिनेशन पे लेके जाना पड़ेगा तभी तो आपको समझेगा, ठीक है? क्योंकि देखो बेटा, अभी प्रॉब्लम क्या मैं बता रहा हूँ, ओके, मे बी ऐसे आपको समझ में आएगा। सपोज यही ग्रुप में ऐसे लिखता, डबल बॉन्ड मिथाइल और हाइड्रोजन, और यहां पर मिथाइल और हाइड्रोजन लिखता, तो अभी क्या है ना, इसी लाइन पे इट इज लाइक, ऐसे सोचो, इस पर्टिकुलर लाइन पे, करेक्ट, व्हेन यू आर इन दिस एक्सियल डिस्टेंस, तो यहां से इसका डिस्टेंस सेम रहेगा। बट ये अगर एक्सियल डिस्टेंस पे ही नहीं है, उल्टा ये मिथाइल इधर है अगर, करेक्ट, तो ये और ये काफी पास में है, बट ये और दोनों पास में नहीं है ना। पॉइंट क्लियर है?
यस यस।
तो ये काफी अच्छा केस है। यहाँ पे देखना भी, ये मिथाइल है, हाइड्रोजन है, क्योंकि वो
बट
एक्सिस
जो
पे नहीं है, तभी ये दोनों के बीच में डिस्टेंस और ये दोनों के बीच में डिस्टेंस सेम नहीं है। आई गेस ऑल ऑफ यू गॉट दिस पॉइंट।
सर पर जो पाई बॉन्ड यानी डबल बॉन्ड का जो एक्सेस है वो भी तो एंगल बाइसेक्टर नहीं है ना, मिथाइल सी एच के एंगल का।
कौन सा? जब मैंने ये ड्रॉ किया ये,
हाँ, इस वाले में अगर मैं मिथाइल सी एच बॉन्ड देखो, बॉन्ड
wait,
एंगल देखो, मिथाइल सी एच, नहीं नहीं वो वाला नहीं,
इधर
डबल
वाला,
बॉन्ड वाला जो है, नहीं नहीं उसके राइट
हाँ ये
और राइट,
इधर,
लास्ट में,
अच्छा
लास्ट
इधर,
कार्बन। हाँ, वो जो बॉन्ड है मिथाइल सी एच बॉन्ड, मिथाइल सी एच।
हम्म,
हाँ सर, तो अभी ये जो एक्सेस हमने बनाया
हम्म,
अबाउट, हाँ सर, ये मैं मिथाइल से जो आउट ऑफ द प्लेन जा रहा है वहां से इस इन दोनों के बीच का डिस्टेंस इक्वल तभी बोल सकूंगा ना जब ये एक्सेस इस बॉन्ड का इस जब ये एक्सेस इस बॉन्ड एंगल का एंगल
बाइसेक्टर।
बाइसेक्टर होगा।
हाँ बेटा,
तो
ये एंगल
एंगल
बाइसेक्टर नहीं है
बाइसेक्टर
इसका,
कैसे है?
120 डिग्रीज एंगल है ना। ये कार्बन के रेस्पेक्ट में ये तीनों प्लेन पे है कि नहीं? ये यही कार्बन है, राइट, और यहाँ पर
हाँ
मिथाइल है, यहाँ पर हाइड्रोजन है, तो विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू दैट, क्या ये एंगुलर बाइसेक्टर नहीं है? 60 डिग्रीज पे तो काटेगा, यहाँ पे 60 डिग्रीज और 60 डिग्रीज हो जाएगा बराबर, क्योंकि ये तीनों एक ही प्लेन पे है ना, ये तीनों एक ही प्लेन पे है, ये सब कुछ एक ही प्लेन है।
सर, प्लेन पे है, आई एग्री, बट सर एंगल एंगल 60 डिग्री होने का क्या अश्योरेंस है उसका?
क्योंकि इसका बॉन्ड एंगल 120 डिग्रीज है और ये दोनों सेम प्लेन पे है, ठीक है, तो मोर और लेस इस एंगल को जब आप, ये लाइन तो ये इसी लाइन पे है ना, इसी लाइन पे आपका एक्सिस बन
हाँ
रहा है,
हाँ
तो ये
हाँ
लाइन इस दोनों को इक्वली काटेगा। फॉरगेट अबाउट ये मिथाइल कितना बल्की है या हाइड्रोजन कितना बल्की है,
हाँ सर, वही 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 हो रहा है
नो दैट,
कि
वो बहुत
कंफ्यूजन है।
इग्नोरेंट फैक्टर है बेटा, मैं उस फैक्टर पे जा नहीं रहा हूँ। अच्छा मैं समझ गया, आप ये कह रहे हो कि सर ये थोड़ा बल्की होगा तो इसमें क्या बॉन्ड एंगल का एश्योरिटी रहेगा 120 डिग्रीज, ये बोल रहे हो?
हाँ सर, हाँ
No, no,
हाँ
no, no. That is like a case. What you are thinking is with respect to how much bulkiness this has. ठीक है, हम लोग एकदम आइडियल केस ले रहे हैं बेटा। इमेजिन दो आइडियल केसेस
हाँ,
है,
ओके,
आइडियल केस में ये
हाँ
दोनों ग्रुप्स
तो
है, तो दैट विल बी एन
हाँ
एंगुलर
हो जाएगा।
बाइसेक्टर, ओके।
हाँ सर, हाँ सर, तो सही
तो फिर जब ये मिथाइल ग्रुप इधर होता था, अगर यही मिथाइल ग्रुप यहाँ पर होता, ठीक है, यहाँ पर होता मिथाइल ग्रुप, सॉरी, यहाँ पर होता ये मिथाइल और हाइड्रोजन, तो ये मिथाइल और ये मिथाइल और ये मिथाइल और हाइड्रोजन ये इक्वल डिस्टेंस पे है, क्योंकि ये इसी एक्सिस पे है ना, तो इक्वल डिस्टेंस पे। क्योंकि ये मिथाइल अभी उस एक्सिस पे नहीं है, तो ये दोनों में डिस्टेंस और ये दोनों में डिस्टेंस डिफरेंट रहेगा। तो अब देखना, ये जो मैंने ड्रॉ किए 1 2 3 4, ये 1 2 3 4 में देखो, अभी यहाँ पे दोनों के बीच में डिस्टेंस, ओके, इज वे डिफरेंट देन ये दोनों के बीच में डिस्टेंस। तो क्या ये सिस एंड ट्रांस आइसोमर है कि नहीं? तो डेफिनेटली ये सिस एंड ट्रांस आइसोमर है। अंडरस्टूड?
हाँ
ये पॉइंट क्लियर है? ठीक है, तो मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि 1 एंड 2 आर ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमर्स। अभी मेरा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, 1 एंड 3 क्या ये ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमर्स है?
नहीं।
नहीं, वो इक्वल डिस्टेंस पे है ना,
हाँ
क्योंकि यहाँ पे मिथाइल मिथाइल का जितना डिस्टेंस है, ये मिथाइल मिथाइल का भी उतना ही डिस्टेंस है। आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू एग्री विद दैट। ये एक बार आप ऊपर से देख रहे हो, एक बार नीचे से देख रहे हो, करेक्ट? तो 1 एंड 2 फॉर अस इट इज आइडेंटिकल। सिमिलरली इफ यू चेक आउट 3 एंड 4, 3 और 4 क्या है? ये दोनों ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म है, क्योंकि डिस्टेंस चेंज हो रहा है। और वैसे ही 2 एंड 4 क्या है? आइडेंटिकल। आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू गॉट दिस। राइट, चलो, तो 27 बताओ। 27 भी तो एग्जिबिट करेगा। yes, so this will exhibit geometrical isomerism. It is similar to that of 26th question. 28th exhibit करेगा same as this. So 26, 27, 28 they are all similar kind. They all will exhibit geometrical isomerism. Okay, next 29th. Now what about this case? अभी अगर दोनों ही ब्रोमीन है तो फिर एग्जिबिट नहीं करेगा ना, दो डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स होने चाहिए। ओके, सेम वे यहाँ पे दोनों ही मिथाइल है तो एग्जिबिट नहीं करेगा। गॉट इट? नेक्स्ट 31st। 31st
करेगा।
में करेगा, अभी क्योंकि ब्रोमीन है, दूसरा हाइड्रोजन है, तो डिस्टेंस डिफरेंट हो जाएगा, तो डेफिनेटली करेगा। यहाँ पर भी करेगा, यहाँ पर भी, सॉरी यहाँ पे नहीं करेगा 33 पे, क्योंकि वो एक्सिस पे आ रहा है, उसी एक्सियल लाइन पे आ रहा है।
हाँ
तो उसका ये ब्रोमीन का डिस्टेंस मिथाइल का डिस्टेंस सेम रहेगा, ब्रोमीन का और हाइड्रोजन का डिस्टेंस भी सेम रहेगा, तो यहाँ पे नहीं करेगा। ठीक है, 34th में देखो, 34th में ये दोनों मिथाइल के रेस्पेक्ट में कुछ ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म नहीं हो रहा है, बट ये दोनों तो ऊपर नीचे हो सकते हैं ना। ये दोनों मिथाइल एक साइड पे, ये मिथाइल अप, ये मिथाइल डाउन हो सकता है, तो उस तरह से ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म शो करेगा। ओके,
सर
सेम
पर सेम मतलब मिथाइल ग्रुप एज इन मिथाइल सेम है ना, तो सर कैसे होगा?
ऐसे बेटा, डबल बॉन्ड इधर, यहाँ पर ये मिथाइल, इमेजिन करो इट इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ द प्लेन, और ये मिथाइल कमिंग आउट ऑफ द प्लेन वंस। सेम वे this methyl is coming out of the plane and this methyl is going inside the plane. तो अब ये क्या हुआ? ये दोनों सेम साइड पे एसिस, ये दोनों ऑपोजिट साइड पे ट्रांस। इससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है, इससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है।
ओके सर।
सेम वे 35 में भी होगा। ठीक है, क्योंकि इस साइड पे अभी कोई लेना देना नहीं है, क्लियर? इस साइड पे ही चेक करना है हम दोनों को। सो मिथाइल मिथाइल, यहाँ पे मिथाइल मिथाइल सेम साइड या मिथाइल मिथाइल ऑपोजिट साइड। ये तो सिमिलर केस है अभी जो हमने देखा, तो डिस्टेंस चेंज हो जाएगा, तो डेफिनेटली ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म दिखेगा। ठीक है, ये केस अभी हमने देखा कि जैसे ये वाला साइक्लोहेक्सेन है, उसमें ये दोनों ग्रुप्स फिनाइल है ना, ये दोनों फिनाइल ग्रुप्स है, ये दोनों सेम साइड पे हो सकते हैं या ऑपोजिट साइड पे हो सकते हैं। यस, दिस विल शो ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म। ओके, चेक आउट 38। 38 नॉर्मली 2 फिनाइल ग्रुप्स रहते हैं, when you have two phenyl groups like this, beta, and if they are interconnected with one another, both will be on the same plane like this. They will be on the same plane. They are on the same plane like this. Right? This is called biphenyl. Clear? But the minute we have some bulky group here, bulky group here, bulky group here and bulky group here, so they come very close to each other, तो ये बॉन्ड रोटेट हो जाएगा, ये बॉन्ड थोड़ा सा रोटेट हो जाएगा और प्लेनैरिटी लूज कर जाएगा. देखो, दैट इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर. It is supposed to be all on the same plane, but this bond will rotate itself to overcome that planarity. Correct? So what would happen? Now these two are perpendicular rings. This ring is perpendicular to this ring. Okay. So now if you check out this chlorine and bromine here, clear? Suppose यहाँ पर chlorine है, यहाँ पर bromine है. तो ये chlorine और chlorine के बीच में distance, ये chlorine और bromine के बीच में distance, you know, if you check it out, यहां से यहाँ पे, क्योंकि ये देखो अंदर जा रहा है, ये सेम प्लेन पे है, ठीक है, तो ये दोनों डिस्टेंस डिफरेंट होंगे, बट जैसे ही आप उसको एक्सचेंज करोगे, Br इधर या क्लोरीन इधर, क्लियर? सो उसमें क्या ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म एग्जिबिट हो पाएगा? अभी नहीं हो पाएगा, क्योंकि डिस्टेंस सेम ही रहेगा, बिकॉज इट इज लाइक दिस. ये क्लोरीन जो इस प्लेन पे है, इसको आप इधर क्लोरीन को चेक करो डिस्टेंस, राइट? Because it is going inside the plane, this would be at the equidistance, clear, as compared to that of when chlorine is outside. I mean, when this chlorine, if you put it here, let me show you how. Okay, इसमें और कोई orientation possible नहीं है ना. If you break this bromine here and put back the bromine here, it will still be on the same position only, because these are biphenyls. Clear? इसमें और कोई ओरिएंटेशन पॉसिबल नहीं है. इट विल जस्ट एग्जिस्ट इन दिस फॉर्म एंड नो ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म्स आर पॉसिबल हियर. हाँ बेटा.
सर बट ये यूजुअली जो रोटेट होता है वो हर बार 90 डिग्री होता है या उससे कम भी हो सकता है, पार्शियली रोटेट भी होता है?
उससे कम भी हो सकता है.
ओके सर.
हाँ, हम लोग बेस्ट पॉसिबल सिनेरियो ले रहे हैं. नाउ हियर इन दिस केस, 39th केस, यहाँ पर भी बल्कीनेस है, तो दोनों रोटेट हो जाएंगे, दोनों 90 डिग्री टर्न हो जाएंगे. ठीक है. अब जब दोनों 90 डिग्री टर्न हो रहे ना बेटा, ऐसा भी हो सकता है टर्न इस तरह से होगा कि ये क्लोरीन इस तरफ आ जाए, या ये दोनों क्लोरीन इस तरफ आ जाए, या क्लोरीन इस तरफ आ जाए. दोनों तरफ टर्न होने के चांसेस है ना. क्लियर?
यस.
सो विच मीन्स अब ये दोनों क्लोरीन एक साइड पे भी हो सकते हैं या ऑपोजिट साइड पे भी हो सकते हैं, दूर भी हो सकते हैं. विच मीन्स इस मॉलिक्यूल में आपको ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म दिखेगा, इस मॉलिक्यूल में नहीं दिखेगा. ठीक है. 1 मिनट. Got this? Right. That is about 39th one. Okay. Any doubt here, guys? Right. Now, let us see how do we calculate the total number of geometrical isomers. See, first we need to check out how many whether it is symmetrical or unsymmetrical compound. अगर कंपाउंड completely unsymmetrical है, तो total number of geometrical isomerism will be 2 raised to power of n, where n is called the stereo center, which means how many number of C double bond C double bond N N double bond N, जहां पर आपको geometrical isomerism दिख रहा हो, जहां पे आपको लग रहा है कि हाँ यहाँ पे possibility है geometrical isomerism बनने का. So all those possible double bonds or restricted bonds or odd number of pi cumulative bonds. Clear? So all of this includes, you know, the number of stereoisomers. For example, देखो ये मॉलिक्यूल है, ये मॉलिक्यूल में यहाँ पर एक डबल बॉन्ड है जिसमें ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म दिख रहा है. फिर इसको अगर क्यूमुलेटिव फॉर्म में लिखूंगा, राइट, तो यहाँ पर डबल बॉन्ड डबल बॉन्ड डबल बॉन्ड, तो ये देखो ये इवन नंबर कार्बन है, तो यहाँ पर एक ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमरिज्म दिखने के चांसेस है। यहाँ पर ये डबल बॉन्ड पे दिख सकता है, ये डबल बॉन्ड पे दिख सकता है, मतलब देर आर 4 स्टीरियो सेंटर्स। आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट नाउ? दिस इज वन, दिस इज वन, दिस इज वन एंड दिस इज वन, ठीक है। सो देर आर 4, सॉरी, total 8 stereo centers. Centers means around which the rotation changes. So you can see that. So we will have this as 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 groups in which this is one center, this is one center. Same way, this is one center, this is one center. This is one center, this is one center. This is one center, this is one center. So total number of stereo centers are 8. So number of carbons or number of positions on which we can change the groups and make geometrical isomerism. So we have 8 stereo centers, clear? And this geometrical isomerism will always be number of stereo centers by 2. Clear? So it is 8 by 2. So how much we have here? So total 8 stereo centers. So we will have 2 raised to power of 8 by 2. So total 16 geometrical isomers. Clear everybody? So it is completely unsymmetrical. इसमें कोई symmetry नहीं है molecule में. Suppose if there is any symmetry, ठीक है? हाँ बेटा.
सर 8 स्टीरियो सेंटर्स कैसे समझा सकते?
देखो बेटा, C डबल बॉन्ड C है ना, इस कार्बन के रेस्पेक्ट में हाइड्रोजन मिथाइल का ग्रुप चेंज कर सकता हूँ ना, ओरिएंटेशन चेंज कर सकता हूँ।
हाँ
वैसे
सर।
इस डबल बॉन्ड के रेस्पेक्ट में ये हाइड्रोजन और ये पूरा ग्रुप का ओरिएंटेशन चेंज कर सकता हूँ। तो जिस सेंटर के अराउंड आप ओरिएंटेशन चेंज कर सकते हैं उसको कहते हैं स्टीरियो सेंटर, करेक्ट। तो इसके रेस्पेक्ट में ये इस तरफ दो दो कर सकता हूँ, इस तरफ दो कर सकता हूँ, मतलब ये भी एक सेंटर है, ये भी एक सेंटर है, राइट? क्लियर?
यस सर।
सो दिस इज लर्नड अ स्टीरियो सेंटर। देखो इसको दो तरीके से डिफाइन किया जाता है। ये एन जो मैंने लिखा था पहले, दैट कुड बी रेड एज स्टीरियो सेंटर्स और इट कुड बी रेड एज स्टीरियो यूनिट्स। स्टीरियो यूनिट, स्टीरियो यूनिट का मतलब है ये पूरा सी डबल बॉन्ड सी एक पूरा यूनिट है। सो इफ एट ऑल देयर आर p number of stereo units, then geometrical isomerism will be equal to 2 raised to power of p. समझा? तो ये दोनों मिला के एक यूनिट है, ये सब कुछ मिला के एक यूनिट है, ये एक यूनिट है, ये एक यूनिट है। सो 4 यूनिट्स है। सो 4 यूनिट्स है मतलब 2 raised to power of 4 which is 16। अगर सेंटर का टर्म यूज किया मतलब 8 है, 8 सेंटर है, 8 by 2 स्टीरियो आइसोमर्स, ठीक है?
ओके सर।
यहाँ पे जो n और p यूज कर रहा हूँ, these are units, n and p are units, not stereo centers, ठीक है? वो ध्यान रखना। तो अब चेक करो बेटा, अगर n जो है नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स जो है, राइट, इवन नंबर है, सपोज इवन नंबर ऑफ RRS है, मतलब इवन नंबर ऑफ रेस्ट्रिक्टेड रोटेशनल सेंटर्स है, ठीक है? देन p विल बी इक्वल टू n by 2 इन दिस फॉर्मूला। अगर वो ऑड नंबर है तो दिस विल बी n plus 1 by 2। एक एग्जाम्पल लेके बताता हूँ। सपोज ये मॉलिक्यूल में चेक करते हैं, यहां पर एक डबल बॉन्ड है जो कि ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमेरिज्म शो कर सकता है, ठीक है? यहाँ पे देखो 1 2 3, ये 3 पाई बॉन्ड्स है, 3 पाई बॉन्ड्स कंटिन्यूअसली, तो ये एक एलिन है जो कि ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमेरिज्म शो कर सकता है, यहाँ पर भी शो कर सकता है। तो हाउ मेनी कार्बन सेंटर, हाउ मेनी यूनिट्स वी गॉट बेटा? वी गॉट 3 यूनिट्स। सो n इज इक्वल टू 3 यूनिट्स। तो 3 यूनिट्स मतलब ये ऑड नंबर है ना, ऑड नंबर है। और ये देखना, आप ध्यान से चेक करोगे तो ये लेफ्ट साइड का पूरा मॉलिक्यूल, राइट साइड का पूरा मॉलिक्यूल एग्जैक्टली सेम अमाउंट है। यहाँ पे C डबल बॉन्ड C, देन सिंगल बॉन्ड C, डबल बॉन्ड C, CH3, यहाँ पे भी डबल बॉन्ड C, सिंगल बॉन्ड C, डबल बॉन्ड C, फिर CH3, क्लियर? तो ये दोनों सिमिलर है। So when left hand side, right hand side are same groups here, which means ये दोनों के बीच में एक plane of symmetry exist कर रहा है यहाँ से, correct? So when there is a plane of symmetry exist, which means it is a symmetrical compound. So ये symmetrical compound है, so in that case the number of geometrical isomerisms will be equal to 2 raised to power of n minus 1, which is 3 minus 1, plus 2 raised to power of p minus 1. How do we calculate p here? Odd number है तो इससे calculate करोगे. So p is equal to 3 plus 1 by 2. So it is 4 by 2, which is 2. So 2 raised to power of 2 minus 1. So how much this is? 4 plus 1. So how many we will get here? Sorry, 4 plus 2. So 4 plus 2. How many we will get here? 6. So 6 stereoisomerisms, 6 geometrical isomerisms we will get. Okay. एक्सपेक्टेड कितने थे? एक्सपेक्टेड 8 था ना. नॉर्मली 3 यूनिट है तो 2 रेज़ टू पावर ऑफ 3 होना चाहिए, 8 आना चाहिए, बट उसमें से बिकॉज ऑफ दिस सिमेट्री कुछ रिपीट हो जाएंगे स्ट्रक्चर्स. इसके लिए ये फॉर्मूला यूज करना पड़ेगा. क्लियर ऑन दैट? राइट. सी द नेक्स्ट केस हियर. ये डबल बॉन्ड के रेस्पेक्ट में हम लोग देख सकते हैं, ये भी एक क्यूमीन है जो कि देख सकते हैं, यहां पर भी डबल बॉन्ड है जो देख सकते हैं. ओके, क्लियर? तो अभी देखना विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू दिस बॉन्ड, यहाँ पर ऐसा है, ये एक्चुअली बॉन्ड ऐसा है, तो यहाँ पे एक ऐसा सिमेट्री आ रहा है ना. तो यू कैन सी दिस इज अ प्लेन कि लेफ्ट हैंड साइड और राइट हैंड साइड ग्रुप्स एग्जैक्टली सेम दिख रहा है. यहाँ से कट करूंगा तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड राइट हैंड साइड सेम दिखेगा, राइट? So in that case, total number of geometrical isomerism will be same. 2 raised to power of 3 minus 1 plus 2 raised to power of 2 minus 1. So it is 6. So we'll get 6 of them. Clear, guys? This is what you need to do in rest of the task, beta. Rest of all cases, यहाँ पे मैंने सारे cases दिए. I want you to try these cases up to this. Okay? So ये सारे cases आप एक बार try करो, समझने की कोशिश करो. स्पेशली यहाँ पे कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स दिए मैंने, इसमें चेक करो. ये तो कम्प्लीटली अनसिमेट्रिकल है, तो आपको सिर्फ काउंट करना है कितने स्टीरियो यूनिट्स है और उतने नंबर ऑफ ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमेरिज्म्स होने चाहिए. रेज टू द मतलब 2 रेज टू पावर ऑफ दैट यूनिट विल गिव. सो अप टू दिस पॉइंट ट्राई टू लर्न इट. So tomorrow we will discuss rest of the cases and start with very important terminology E and Z and CIP rules. यहाँ से पूरा CIP rules start हो जाएंगे. CIP रूल समझ में आएगा तो स्टीरियो सबसे इजी हो जाएगा.
सर.
हाँ बेटा.
सर यहाँ पे स्टीरियो यूनिट इज any double bond unit or we have to check